Hare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. उसको निकाल सकते हैं। उसका है क्या? कौन है? ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. So we're reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 11, the universal form, verse number 1. Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayā uktam vacas tena moho ayam vigato mama. Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayā uktam vacas tena moho ayam vigato mama. Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayā uktam vacas tena moho ayam vigato mama.
Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayoktaṁ vacas tena moho ayam vigato mama. Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayoktaṁ vacas tena moho ayam vigato mama.
Arjuna uvāca
mad-anugrahāya paramam
guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam
guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam
tvayoktaṁ vacas tena
tvayoktaṁ vacas tena
moho ayam vigato mama.
moho ayam vigato mama.
Arjuna uvāca
mad-anugrahāya paramam
Saṁjñitam
guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam
tvayā uktam vacas tena.
moho ayam vigato mama.
Mataji.
Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayoktaṁ vacas tena moho ayam vigato mama.
Word to word meaning. Arjuna uvāca. Arjuna said, mad-anugrahāya,
Mad-anugrahāya,
just to show me favor,
just to show me favor.
paramam,
Paramam,
supreme, guhyam,
guhyam,
confidential subject,
confidential subject.
adhyātma,
Adhyātma,
spiritual, saṁjñitam,
saṁjñitam,
in the matter of,
the matter of
yat, what, tvayā,
tvayā,
by you, uktam,
uktam,
said, vacaḥ, words, tena,
tena,
by that, moha, illusion, ayam, this, vigataḥ, is removed, mam, my. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Purport. This chapter reveals Kṛṣṇa as the cause of all causes. He is even the cause of the Mahā-viṣṇu, from whom the material universe emanate. Kṛṣṇa is not an incarnation. He is the source of all incarnations. That has been completely explained in the last chapter. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Kṛṣṇa as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Kṛṣṇa. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Kṛṣṇa as the source of everything, others may not. So in order to establish Kṛṣṇa's divinity for all, he is requesting Kṛṣṇa in this chapter to show his universal form. Actually, when one sees the universal form of Kṛṣṇa, one becomes frightened like Arjuna. But Kṛṣṇa is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again into his original form. Arjuna agrees to what Kṛṣṇa has several times said. Kṛṣṇa is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjuna acknowledges that all this is happening to him by Kṛṣṇa's grace. He is now convinced that Kṛṣṇa is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as the super soul. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadhati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Kṛṣṇa Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Kṛṣṇa Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahā-viṣṇāya Kṛṣṇa Prema Pradayate Kṛṣṇāya Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Namane Gaurativase Namaha He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So yesterday when I was traveling somewhere, there was one t-shirt a small child was wearing, and on the back it was written, "Thank you Srila Prabhupada, now I also have a chance. Now by your mercy, I also have a chance for what? To practice bhakti yoga. A chance to go back to Godhead." This is very interesting to acknowledge what Srila Prabhupada has given us. Everywhere in Bhagavad Gita, or whatever literatures that we have by His mercy, He only emphasizes on one thing. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Sarva Karana Karanam, everything, only one thing. Everywhere. that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nothing else. Karma Yoga, many scholars they criticize, why Karma Yoga needs Bhakti Yoga? Why Prabhupada is only saying Bhakti, Bhakti, Bhakti? Second, in Jnana Yoga, again Bhakti Yoga. In Dhyana Yoga, again Bhakti Yoga. Why Prabhupada is putting everywhere Bhakti? Because that's the conclusion. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And it's very difficult for one to understand that. Why? One may take many births to understand Bahunam Janmanam Ante. What? Vasudevam Sarvamiti. To get to this knowledge, Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. This knowledge which Arjuna has received now, that Krishna is everything. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Very rare. Very rare. That Krishna is everything. Even we, as practicing devotee at the initial stage, we also find it difficult to acknowledge or accept that Krishna is everything. Krishna is the supreme cause. He is the cause for our suffering. He is the cause for everything. So if Krishna is the cause, then how it can be bad? Krishna says again, So Ridam Sarva Bhutana. I'm not well-wisher, I'm the best well-wisher of every living entity. So why can't we accept that? If you don't accept it, then we think Krishna is ordinary. So there are many people like us, or we can say like me, who think that Krishna is ordinary. This is the mentality of Duryodhana. He is a Mayavi. He shows some opulence, he is a Mayavi. So this is a problem. That's why Arjuna, after hearing everything, theoretical, Krishna is this, Krishna is that. In the last verse only Krishna is saying that ekam sena sthito jagat. By myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Just by his own, he can do that. Sutre mani gana. Sutre gane mani. There is a sutre mani ganaiva. There is a thread, and all the pearls that we are seeing, it's resting on that thread. Everything is resting on Krishna. Just like we see beautiful garlands devotees make. Yeah, garlands are beautiful, but on what it is resting? The thread, which is not visible, but is the main cause of its getting together. So that's Krishna. And now Arjuna is saying, okay, theoretically I accept you. No problem. My illusion is dispelled. I understand my position. Everything is settled. But now there are many people who might not accept that. So for them, I want you to show that form which will make them realize that you are something. Param, dhama, paramam. Okay, show your universal form. So it's interesting, the universal form will make them understand. When one is at an initial level, or very low level of understanding about the absolute truth, this universal form will make an impact. It's difficult to understand that Krishna can be an ordinary child. He can be crying for people whose heart is not purified. Our heart is not purified, then there is no scope for love in our heart. There is no scope for love in our eyes. Premanjana bhakti vilochanena. When there is bhakti, which is anointed with love in our eyes, then we can see Krishna. But it's difficult for everyone. That's why mysticism, something mystical, something which is unimaginable. Okay, show the universal form to them. By that they can understand that you are the supreme. You are greater than everyone. By that they can understand. Okay, Krishna showed the universal form, and Arjuna got frightened. And this is Kshatriya, right? Arjuna is Kshatriya. They are meant to be violent, they are meant to kill, but he got frightened by seeing that form. Means it's not an ordinary form. What about us? We'll faint. We'll faint by that. But just by seeing the destruction, we faint. Just by seeing death, we faint. And this all was visible in the universal form. Death, destruction, everything was visible. In the mouth, many people were going inside the mouth. It was horrible, unimaginable. And Arjuna got frightened, and that's why he got frightened. For Arjuna, Krishna came back to his original twin form, which is very pleasing. And pleasing to whom? Only to his devotees. Nothing else. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Only devotees can understand that Krishna is not ordinary. His pastimes are not ordinary. They are transcendental, uncontaminated by these three gunas. They are not like that. So whatever he does, it's transcendental. He steals, it's transcendental. He cries, it's transcendental. We hear once this one fruit vendor, she came to the house of Nanda Baba, Nand Maharaj, and she was selling fruits. And Krishna got attracted. Oh, I want fruits. So Krishna, vendor, can you give me some fruits? And she just, okay, take this, take this. She filled the hands of Krishna with all the fruits that he was not able to handle. And then she said, everybody, he saw that everybody is giving in return, which is like grains, barter system. You give me fruit, I give you grains. Okay. So then Krishna went inside to bring some grains. And small hand, how much he can hold? Still he filled his whole hand with grains and was coming. But hands were shaking while coming back. And most of the grains, they fell down. And we reached the vendor, only few morsels were remaining. But his endeavor was so pleasing that the vendor said, this is good enough. This is good enough, no problem. This is the same Lord who holded Giriraj, with his little finger. When now it comes to holding grains, he's making it fall down. How to understand this? The same Lord, by his presence, by his name, demigods are allowing the winds to flow, the water to come down. They are scared of him. But when Mother Yashoda takes a stick, Krishna is shivering. The same Lord is shivering. Everybody is eager to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. They want shelter in the lotus feet of the Lord. And that same Lord is holding Nanda Baba's footwear on his head. So it's difficult to understand how it can be. But it's transcendental. When you understand it's achintya, then it's easy to understand. But when you take him as ordinary, then it's very, very difficult. So just like Krishna is transcendental, his devotional service is transcendental. Prabhu says, yes, Krishna is wonderful. This bhakti yoga, Krishna consciousness is wonderful. His devotees is wonderful. Everything is wonderful. So similarly, when Parikshit Maharaj heard about Vritasur, that how Vritasur, by devotional service, he became a great devotee. Asur, but by devotional potency, by this practice, he became a great devotee. How it's possible? Because bhakti yoga is also not simple, it's ordinary. It's mentioned now. Brahmanda Brahmite, Konya Brahmanda Brahmite, kya what's next? Konya Bhagavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasad Paye, Bhakti Lata Beach. We are wandering all around the universe, different species. I was one time imagining, now this human form, many years back, dog form. Different visions we might have seen. Dog form, hawk form, earthworm, small. We have taken birth in all these forms. All over the universe. Nothing is left. And after transmigrating all the species, now we have got this rare human form. And in that, Kone Bhagavan Ji will get what? Bhakti Lata Beej. That's why when she was thanking that girl, the t-shirt, thank you Srila Prabhupada, by your mercy now I also have a chance. So bhakti is not ordinary. It's very, very transcendental. It's like Krishna is not ordinary, his process is not ordinary. Prabhupada says, that's why whatever service you do for Krishna, they are not ordinary service. Initial days when I joined the movement, then one service was there which is book distribution. So when you go in New Bhakta program, you have to do book distribution. So I went. So I got this feeling, it's a salesman wala job hai. This is like salesman. What is that? You give and you glorify the product and then he gives the money. So this is like salesman. If someone is saying you are a salesman, what's wrong in that? But we are not ordinary salesmen. We are transcendental salesmen. Golokere Premadana, Harinam Sankirtana. When Mahaprabhu came, he opened the treasure house of what? Love of Godhead. And he gave it to everyone without any qualification. Full hand he was giving. And this is what we are giving. Golokera Premadana, Harinam Sankirtana. Through these books we are preaching Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Through this book we are making Mahaprabhu enter their life. And when Mahaprabhu enters their life, things will be very, beautiful. Very beautiful. Once, one fisherman, he saw a different kind of species in the water. Swollen up, but he had something like a human, but not human. That was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the ecstasy, he fell in the ocean and his body limbs were like stretched. So difficult to understand who was he. And that fisherman, he touched Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by touching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that fisherman got crazy. He loudly chanted, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, and was crying. Okay, I'm chanting, but why am I crying? I'm shivering, traveling, perspiring, pasina aa raha hai, everything is happening, but why? And he thought he might be caught by a ghost. He is haunted. He is going crazy. This is not normal. This is not normal. He is going crazy. And then Sarva Damodar Prabhu, he arrived there because Mahaprabhu is missing. Then he came to know that he caught Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a fish. And then, Govind, you said something? Okay. So the servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarva Damodar, and he saw this madman. By seeing the symptoms, he understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is somewhere around. And this madman, he came to Sarva Damodar. I'm going crazy. I think I'm haunted by a ghost. Please help me. Please help me. Oh, I know the treatment, how to get rid of ghost. And he slapped few times on his face. And still, he came to normal. But still, he was loudly chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Symptoms gone, but chanting was not going. It's difficult. When you're touched by this potency of Krishna consciousness, it doesn't go. It's a virus that nobody can remove. It's very, very contagious. So like when one is dancing in Kirtan, if you get in, just by seeing them, you feel like dancing. It's contagious. Then he came to his senses and then he went away. So this is the thing. It's not simple to understand the symptoms. That's why these services that we are doing, they are not ordinary. Prabhupada says, book distribution is not ordinary. Don't take it as a salesman job. Life membership is not ordinary. Don't take it as normal fundraising. Deity worship is not ordinary. You are in Vaikuntha Dham itself. Preparing for classes is not ordinary because you have to think about Krishna while preparing for class. When you distribute books, you have to think, okay, you have to talk about Krishna. When you go for life members, you have to bring Krishna in their life. So every service that you are doing is making you think about Krishna. That's why it's not ordinary. It's not ordinary. Because these duties, they serve as an impetus for remembering Krishna. That's the whole essence of these services. I'm brooming the temple hall. Oh, this is Lord's temple. Such a nice temple. Now we will have this Gundicha Marjan, cleaning of the whole temple. What we will be conscious all about? This is Mahaprabhu's, this is Krishna's temple. And why we cannot clean the temple? Even the Lord himself cleaned the temple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was cleaning the temple and it was a huge endeavor, huge arrangement. All the devotees were just like splashing water everywhere. Ceiling was not even left. They splashed water in ceiling also. All the dust was coming down. And Mahaprabhu was cleaning the main stage where the deities will be kept. But some devotees are very, chatur. They sought an opportunity where they can get more mercy. Okay, service is good, but now we can have something more. What is that? Chanamrit. Live Chanamrit you can have. What do you have to do? Just go there, they sneak behind, they took a jar and pour on the lotus feet. And immediately, they start taking all the Chanamrit. Nectar, live nectar. And Mahaprabhu is seeing all that and he's saying, this is too much. This won't look good. And he calls on the this is your Bengali devotee? See what he is doing. He's putting water on my feet and taking the Chanamrit. And after taking Chanam, this Bengali devotee was in ecstasy. He was not conscious what's happening with him. He was just loudly chanting, Hare Krishna. That's it. Nothing else. And then some of those understood, oh, he might disturb Mahaprabhu. And he will, you go out, you go out, you go out. But it doesn't matter. You throw him out. He already got the mercy. He already got the mercy. So this is the potency. When you serve Krishna, when you clean his temple, you get mercy. Lot of mercy. And by that mercy, even an asuric person, what about us? We can get purified and become from crows to swan. Beautiful swan. White, sparkling, glowing swan. Not dark crows. Just by this potency of service. So that's the conclusions. Smrattavya satatam Vishnur vismrattavyo na jatuchit. Ki one must act in such a way that he remembers Krishna. One must refrain from doing things that makes him Krishna. So now we have to check in our activities, are we remembering Krishna or are we forgetting Krishna? We have to be conscious of that. Am I doing these activities for my pleasure, my gratification? Or if Krishna's pleasure is there, we will be always conscious. This is for Krishna. So these two principles, Prabhupada says that these two principles, that always remembering Krishna, never to forget him. By refraining activities which will make you forget. By following these two principles, these are the basic background of Krishna consciousness. If you want to be Krishna conscious, you have to take care of these two principles. Always remembering Krishna. Just like these Matajis are making garlands. They know for whom they are making. What is their size? Har deity ka size alag hota hai. Okay, now Sham Sundar, we have to put garland of Sham Sundar. Oh, he is holding flute. Now we have to do in such a way that it goes easily. So they are conscious about whom? Krishna. So that's the essence. Conscious that for whom am I serving? Who is my master? If you are not conscious about that, then it will be difficult. It will be very difficult. Because Prabhupada says in one purport that if we are thriving on misdeeds only, regardless of status, we cannot approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we are doing activities for namesake, but we are not doing for the pleasure of Krishna, then it's shrama eva hi kevalam. Then our activities will be filled with offenses. Will be filled with offenses, and that offenses will destroy our bhakti creeper. That okay, we are fortunate to get the bhakti lata beej. Now the creeper is growing, but in our devotional activities, performing services, if we are not conscious of the offenses, then we will destroy it. So how to be conscious of offenses? By Shravan and Kirtanam. That's the way the plant will get stronger and stronger. By hearing again and again. What? Krishna is Supreme Personality. He is not ordinary. His devotees are not ordinary. This process is not ordinary. Then only then, what? We can perform service without offenses. Then we can come from the stage of Namabhas to higher stage. This is only by Shravanam and Kirtanam. If you don't hear, only namesake, oh, Das, Teen Mala, Janev, achieved. Everything achieved. Now I have reached the pinnacle. Only Danda is remaining. Oh, okay, you will get everything. But you won't get Krishna. If you continue doing activities which is misdeed, wrong, not for Krishna, then you will never approach Krishna. You will be always misled by Maya. She may make you think, oh, you are a nice devotee, the greatest devotee of all. And you will say, yes, I am devotee and this all people are nonsense. And you are doing bhakti. Hare Krishna, I am doing every day 16 rounds. So how can I not be a devotee? Yeah, but what attitude are you doing? That's more important. That's more important. I'm cleaning utensils. Okay, but for whom? So that's very important. The attitude that which we are doing. bhavgrahi janardana. Duryodhana was offering Kṛṣṇa when he came as a peacemaker. Okay, you come to our palace. We have arranged a nice feast. Chappan bhogano, more than that. You stay in the beautiful palace of Dushasan. And Kṛṣṇa said, no. Very beautiful arrangement, wonderful arrangement, but not for me. Because you are envious of my devotee. Small place, sober place of Vidura was very attractive to Kṛṣṇa. And what he was offering? How many bhogas he was offering? Nothing, only one. Banana. He was offering bananas. And in that also he didn't offer banana. He offered the skin of banana. But the Lord was pleased by that. He was very pleased. Bhav Grahi Janardana. The bhav is missing. What bhav? That Kṛṣṇa is Supreme Personality. If our bhav is that I am the Supreme Personality and I am just doing a favor on Kṛṣṇa, how will you get the mercy? You will never get the mercy. So, when things are under our control, we think, everything is working because I am working so smartly. I am arranging so smartly. Such a nice, perfect manager am I. Kartaham iti manyate. Ahankar. This is ahankar. Vimudha. But he is a vimudha. Nonsense. Mudhani, vimudha, the topmost of mudha. The topmost fool that he thinks, Kartaham iti manyate. It's nice when things don't go your way. When your desires are contradicted, your plans are contradicted, it's the best thing that can happen to you. Why? Because it will make you realize, rascal, you are not a controller. You are just a servant. You are not a master. You are meant to serve. For whose pleasure you are serving? Not for your own pleasure, for Kṛṣṇa's pleasure. And when you do with that attitude, Kṛṣṇa helps you. Paurusham Nrishu. Kṛṣṇa gives you ability, and with that ability, you can speak on Bhagavatam. What is our qualification to speak on Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam? We are not qualified. We just take our previous, this many years that we have done outside of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, it will say, hence proved, not qualified. Still our activities that we are doing, how much pure they are? Not qualified. But by mercy, yat kripatam aham vande, I am able to speak on Bhagavatam. I will be able to climb this material desires, which is a huge mountain. This is only by mercy of Guru and Kṛṣṇa. That's the whole essence. So when things go bad, we thank to Kṛṣṇa. Now Kṛṣṇa, now it's happening your way. Everything was happening my way, now it's happening your way. And that's the whole plan of this material world. This material world is created not for your plan. It's Kṛṣṇa's plan. You people come here, okay, I'll put you into illusion. I'll allow you to fulfill your desires because Kṛṣṇa maintains everyone. And then, when you are fulfilling your desires, Maya is there with Trishul and she will give you miseries. What? Adhyātmic, Adidevik, Adibhautik. And then you try to enjoy now. Now you try to enjoy. And you say, oh, please Kṛṣṇa, help me. Oh, then I'm there. I'm there then. No problem. So Kṛṣṇa's arrangement is very wonderful. And that's the plan of Kṛṣṇa. Okay, you want? I will give you. But you won't be happy. Prabhu says, I have a quote. Let me read that. Very nice. So this is the purpose of creation. Kṛṣṇa gives us full facility. I want to work in this way. All right, you work. Kṛṣṇa says, no problem. But whatever you work for your desire, this will not make you happy. You are asking me facilities to fulfill your desire under certain condition that you may have from me. I can give you, but you will never be happy. You will never be happy. That is Kṛṣṇa's order. You will never be happy. How I shall be happy? Sarva dharman paritejya māmekam sharanam vraja. You will be happy only by this process. Simply by this process, you will be happy. If you manufacture by your so-called fertile brain that I shall be happy in this way and that way, no sir, you will never be happy. If you want to be happy at all, then this is my instruction. Sarva dharman paritejya māmekam sharanam vraja. Kṛṣṇa is repeatedly saying this to everyone. This is the only way. to be happy. So that's why Kunti Maharani is saying, Vipadha Shantu Taha Shashvat. Shashvat means continuously. What you give me? Vipada. Who is praying every day when there is darshan of the Lord? Please give me Vipada. What are we praying for? Oh, Sarva Vinasha. Take out all the troubles. Then what I will do? I won't serve you. I will enjoy. That's the whole mood of praying. I will enjoy then. No. Vipada comes or doesn't come, I will serve. But when Vipada comes, it creates more, what we say, impetus to take shelter of you. That's the whole essence. When difficulty comes, for a devotee, there is no other alternative. Difficulty comes, oh, my bank balance is secure. Kya hoga? No problem. And then the government shuts down the 500 note. You have stocked the whole bunch of 500 notes, 1000 notes, crore rupee hai. And in one go, everything is taken away. All your security is taken away. Okay, you want a nice house? Oh, then earthquake comes. Everything is taken away. Oh, you want to enjoy all this? Then I'll give you diseases. As per your communicable disease. Now enjoy. But when such things happen to a devotee, what he does? Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa, please help me. This is the devotee of the Lord. When we hear in Kṛṣṇa book, this Gopas, for every small thing, Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa. And that's the essence. Sarva dharman, mam ekam, sharanam vraja. I want fruit, Kṛṣṇa, please give us fruit. Oh, this demon is harassing us, Kṛṣṇa, please help us. For everything, depending on Kṛṣṇa. This is what Kṛṣṇa really wants. You depend on me, rascal. Give up all so-called religion. This religion, that religion, this will give me security. No, nothing will give you security. Only I can provide you that. Why don't you understand that? And by this, the devotee, they have no other alternative. They only take shelter of whom? The lotus feet of Kṛṣṇa. And by this, by constantly remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, one is preparing for liberation from birth and death. This is what Prabhupada is saying. By this constant remembrance of Kṛṣṇa's lotus feet, one is sure to go back to Godhead. So this is how we do that. That's why devotional service is not ordinary. So that's why it's mentioned that one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are accepted as the most suitable boat for crossing the ocean of Nishians, can achieve liberation as easily as one leaps over the holes made by the hooves of a calf. Bhava Sagar. Have you ever tried to swim in an ocean? Try in Yamuna at least. You can drown any moment. What about crossing this Bhava Sagar? You cannot. It's impossible. There are sharks there. So many big animals are there too who can eat you anytime. You cannot cross that. But one who has taken shelter, then he gets a very suitable boat. For what? For crossing this Bhava Sagar. And what will be the size of this Bhava Sagar? Small puddle, which is made by small calf. You can cross. How much time it gives cross? You are already crossing. It's so easy. That's why this human form is compared to a boat, where you can go back to Godhead by crossing this ocean of nations. But this boat, who is the captain of this boat? Guru, the spiritual master. But you need wind, there is no motor. Okay, the instructions of the spiritual master. Those are the favorable winds by which you can cross this ocean. There is no other way. That's why Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shasther Uktastata Bhavyeta Eva Sadbhi Kintu Prabhurya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. As good as God. Guru is as good as God. He is the mercy representative of Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa Kripa Murti. Kṛṣṇa Kripa Murti. Guru is Kṛṣṇa Kripa Murti, who comes in our life to deliver us. But we think, oh, he also, from his past, he was doing this and that. We try to dig the past of our Guru and see, he is also ordinary. What is so special about him? So special about him? And then we commit offenses. So what is the third offense in the chanting of the holy name? तीसरा नाम अपराध गुरु की avagyavakanna. So this is what we always hear. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master in holy name. In the purport of Bhagavatam 3:15-25, Prabhu says, to think of the spiritual master who spreads the glories of the Lord as an ordinary human being. Guru ko sadhana vyakti samajhna, this is a big offense. So when you think Guru as ordinary, only then you will not follow his order. If you are not following his order, means you think him as an ordinary. ठीक है ना, ठीक है ना. So try to understand the glories of your Guru. Only then you can understand who is a Guru. What is the potency of this bhakti yoga? When Srila Prabhupada brought all his Vaishnava disciples, who were beautiful Vaishnavas, many people were criticizing in India. Oh, Malecha ko bana diya. Huh? If an asur can become a devotee, why can't a Malecha can become a devotee? But no, they were criticizing Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said in one purport that a contaminated Brahmana, all these were Brahmanas, he said, a contaminated Brahmana considers the Guru to be an ordinary human being. And he objects when a Vaishnava is created by the Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement. These people are jealous. They think Kṛṣṇa is ordinary. The one who is glorifying Kṛṣṇa, he is ordinary. And the process is ordinary. That's why these people cannot understand. Although they are Brahmanas, they cannot understand. They cannot. Because why? Bhakteya, only Bhakta can understand. And they ask, these are not devotees. They are nonsense. And there's a nice pastime about this, which I'll go through very quickly, which is very, very beautiful. So, we all know Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a great, great scholar, Pandita, and Saraswat Brahmana, top class Brahmana. He said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like, what initiation, who is your initiation guru? Oh, you should take from us, top class, you will get. Oh, no problem. And he invited, but by association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he got purified and then became a great Vaishnava. So once he invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to have prasadam from Jagannath temple, because Bhattacharya had a nice position. He was a head priest, I think so. And that's why he had access to all the goodies of Mahaprasadam. So, invited. At this time, the Bhattacharya had a son-in-law. His daughter, husband name was Amogha, who was the husband of his daughter, Sathi. Although born in an aristocratic Brahmana family, Amogha was a what? Great fault finder and blasphemer. He used to blaspheme. कोई वो लोग होते हैं ना, like there are some people who see and they start speaking. They don't even think, oh, this is wrong. He is nonsense. Think, but be thoughtful. No, he just starts speaking because they know everything. They're so impudent and proud. They think they already know what they are. They don't even listen. Oh, he is nonsense. Because they are envious. They are envious. So this Amogha was just such a character. And then Amogha, he wanted to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was eating, because he has heard, and Mahaprabhu eats, he eats like Lord Jagannath, huge quantity, and then he will get a chance. You sannyasi? But Bhattacharya already knew that. So he was guarding the door with a stick in his hand. Because he already knew these guys are around. If he comes, then he will create a situation. So he was there, but he got busy in distributing prasadam and was little inattentive. Amogha came immediately inside and he saw the quantity of food and started speaking. He just wanted an opportunity. Sabut mil gaya, he is nonsense. There was one more, Puri, god brother of Madhavendra Puri. What was his name? Ishwar Puri, Madhavendra Puri, one more Puri. Ramchandra Puri. He chastised. There is ants in your place. Definitely you are storing sweet prasadam. Just by seeing an ant, he was chastising Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now he saw the real sabut, Mahaprasadam. And what he said? Ye anna tripta khaye 10-12 jana, akela sannyasi kare etika bhakshana. This quantity can satisfy how many people? 12 people. And now he calls himself a sannyasi. He's eating alone. How is a sannyasi? He's a bhogi. After hearing this, Bhattacharya turned his eyes towards him. You can understand how much will be the anger is there. Just like you call your spiritual master and your relatives, they start chastising your spiritual master. Like, you will be volcano at that moment. And this is what happened. He was so angry, but just by seeing that, Amoga ran. He left immediately. And Bhattacharya, he ran after him, holding the stick. Now, today I will kill you. And now, while doing that, he was calling his own son-in-law with bad names. We don't have to describe what bad names he might be calling. He will be calling every bad name that he has learned till now. Everything was there. But when Mahaprabhu saw that he's using all these bad names to chastise his son-in-law, Mahaprabhu was laughing. Because he's a Brahmana. You can never hear such bad names from, like, such ill names coming from a Brahmana. But when he saw that, he was laughing, Mahaprabhu. When the wife of Bhattacharya heard this, she immediately began to strike her head and chest. Oh, let my daughter become a widow. This son-in-law is no use. He's a fallen, he's a rascal. Let her become a widow. Get rid of this guy. Such nonsense he did. Seeing the lamentation of both husband and wife, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, no problem. No problem. I will take prasadam. I didn't get offended. No problem. I will take prasadam. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finished eating, Bhattacharya poured water for the Lord to wash his mouth, hands and legs and offered him various spices, manjaris and everything. Then he gave garland, sandalwood pulp and they treated him very nicely. And then Bhattacharya said, I brought you to my home just to have you blasphemed. This is a great offense. Please excuse me. I beg your pardon. Mahaprabhu said, what Amoga said is correct. So therefore it is not blasphemy. What is your offense? There is no offense. Mahaprabhu left. But Bhattacharya was not pacified. He ran after Mahaprabhu to his residence and said, please forgive me, please forgive me. Then Mahaprabhu said, pacified him, you go back. It was difficult to accept for Bhattacharya, and he said, after discussing with his wife, he was saying, if the man who blasphemed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is killed, his sinful action may be atoned. Only by this person getting killed, he will be delivered. He has committed such a big offense. Or if I give my own life, then it may be atoned. But I cannot, because both bodies belong to a Brahmana. You cannot commit suicide. Instead, what I will do, I will give up this relationship with this guy, and you tell your daughter to think that his husband has died because he has fallen down, and by this context, you pretend you can give up your husband. He has committed the biggest offense. And then they started fasting to, what we say, to pashatap, like that. And then, after hearing this, his Amoga, he ran away. But he fell sick with cholera. And it was such fatal that he was going to die. When Bhattacharya heard that, he didn't have mercy. He said, it is favor of providence that he is going to die. And he's getting what I wanted to do personally. I wanted to kill him. But the Lord is doing that. And then he chanted some shloka to defend this, that when a person mistreats great souls, his lifespan, opulence, reputation, religion, possessions and good fortune are all destroyed. Everything is destroyed. This is what's happening to him. Then Gopinath Acharya went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he inquired, what's happening? There was a scene at there. Is everything okay? And Gopinath Acharya said, no, both husband and wife are fasting and Amoga is dying. When he heard he is dying, Mahaprabhu ran to deliver Amoga. And he placed his own hand on Amoga's chest and he spoke as follows. The heart of a Brahmana is by nature very clean. Therefore, it is a proper place for Kṛṣṇa to sit. Why have you allowed the Chandala of jealousy to sit here also? And by saying this, by touching him, Mahaprabhu purified him. He purified him. But he purified himself, but he's saying, due to your association of Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, all your contamination is now vanquished. When a person's heart is cleansed of all contamination, then he is able to chant the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Mahaprabhu gave his mercy. Why? Because he was in relation to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And then he said, get up Amoga and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If you do so, Krishna will unfailingly bestow your mercy upon you. After hearing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Amoga stood up from his deathbed and started chanting. But Mahaprabhu touched him, so he was not chanting normal. He was chanting like a mad person, loudly, in ecstasy, and began to dance emotionally. He was crying also. By seeing these waves of emotion, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started laughing. Amoga then fell before the Lord's lotus feet and submissively said, "O merciful Lord, please excuse me of my offense." But this was not enough. Amoga realized he has done a big blunder. What he did? He started slapping his own cheeks. With this mouth, I spoke ill about you. And he was continuously slapping his own cheek until it was swollen. Gopinath Acharya came, don't do this. It's enough. You have punished yourself good enough. Then Mahaprabhu says, by touching his body again, pacified him and said, you are the object of my affection because you are the son-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Everyone in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house is very dear to me, including his maids and servants and even his dog, what to speak of his relatives. Everyone is dear to me. Amoga always chant Hare Krishna, do not commit offenses, and then Mahaprabhu was leaving. Upon seeing Lord, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya immediately caught hold of his feet. The Lord embraced him and then sat down. And then he started making him understand. Amoga is your son-in-law. He is a child. What is his fault? So you should stop fasting and take prasadam. Do not fast now. So it's said that it's like this pastime is astonishing. You get offended and then Mahaprabhu is delivering personally. Like, he's the luckiest person, this guy. We also hear about Kalya Krishnadas. He went to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with him in South India and then he got spaced out and got attracted to what? House and wife and everything. But he was related to Nityananda Prabhu. Mahaprabhu personally went, said, come back. He holded his shika and pulled him back and delivered him. And then threw him where? In the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Because this is your servant, I took care of him personally. So that's why when we take shelter of devotees of Krishna, we are secure. We might commit offense if we directly approach. That's why when we do deity worship also, we approach to our spiritual master. By taking their mercy and blessings, we then approach Krishna. So that's why if you want to use your logic, then you use your logic to understand this, that Krishna is not ordinary. Shri Krishna Chaitanya dara karaha vichara avichara karite chitta pave chamatkara. Okay, when you use your logic to understand the magnanimity, the mercy that Mahaprabhu is giving, your logic will fail. And you think, this is so astonishing. So that's why Krishna is not ordinary. His devotees are definitely not ordinary. And his process is transcendental process. So yes, everything is transcendental, but we are not. So, but by taking this process of transcendental bhakti, we can become from crow to a swan. That's the only way. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So it's time up. Whatever discussions, if any questions are there, we can take after the class. So thank you. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samasta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.